Hey there everyone, Sajah Popham here, founder of the School of Evolutionary Herbalism. And I wanted to take a little bit of time today to talk about the bridging between astrology and herbalism. And this is something that was brought into my awareness a number of years ago while I was kind of starting my studies in alchemy. And in alchemy, there's this old kind of axiom of as above, so below. And we see that in the astrological traditions as well. And I was always kind of asking myself, okay, as above, so below, that the whole universe is contained within us. The microcosm and the macrocosm are intricately interconnected and interwoven. But I was always wondering, like, what does that mean? Like, how does that practically apply? You know, it's a really incredible truth, and seeing that organic unity of life and seeing how everything's interconnected and how ultimately everything is one. But I'm always kind of thinking, like, how do we apply that knowledge? How can we actually use that in a tangible way? And this linking of astrology and herbalism is, to me, one of the most beautiful reflections of as above, so below. And really, when we integrate astrology into our practice and understanding of plant medicine, it gives us a whole new framework of working with plants. And one of the cool things about astrology that I've realized is that within the astrological principles is all of the energetic patterns that we see in herbal traditions worldwide. So we see the three modes of astrology in the three doshas of Ayurveda. That threefold pattern is at the crux of that entire system of medicine. You know, the four elements are a big piece of astrology too, and that links to the Greek and Arabic traditions of herbalism, Chinese medicine, North American herbalism with the physiomedicalists, the way they understand physiology based on what they call the six tissue states that are basically elementally founded. And so I realized that at the root of so many herbal traditions across the world, that they're using a system, a pattern that is just a subpart of astrology. And so what's so cool about astrology is that it brings them all together, that you have an elemental model, that you have a dosha model, that you have the planets, you have the 12 signs, and that you have, in that way, the most refined and complex and specific method of determining what's going on in someone to holistically evaluate what's causing an illness or a disease or a symptom in someone, and really getting down to that root cause that ultimately is based in the way the stars and the planets are impacting someone physiologically, psychologically, and spiritually. But in that way, it also gives us the most specific method of classifying herbs, that we can classify plants based on the three doshas or the three modes, and as well as the elements, and on top of that, the planets. And so you have a very refined, specific system of classifying and understanding plants, and that same system you're using to classify and understand people too. And that's built off of a natural language that weaves them together in a way that really just brings the whole art and practice of plant medicine to the next level. And one of the beautiful things about astrology too is that, you know, you can take the medical astrology approach and really looking at someone's chart and seeing kind of the interplay and relationship between the different organs and systems and tissues of the body. But from the more evolutionary astrology approach, that same pattern is also reflected in our psyche, in our emotions, and ultimately kind of charts the map of the territory of our spiritual growth and our evolutionary process of the soul. And so all of a sudden, what's a physical symptom, you can look at the chart and see what the specific forces behind that symptom are, and then kind of translate it onto a psychological level and onto a spiritual level. And then when you understand plants in that way, now you can apply herbs that facilitates that physical healing, but also applies them specifically for the psychological and emotional state. And that ultimately kind of activates our spiritual growth and evolution. And then it all weaves together with alchemy and spagyrics, because now you have specific methods of preparation that magnifies those astrological principles in the medicine that you're making, based on when you harvest, how you prepare it, when you prepare it, what type of spagyric preparation. You're able to kind of take that celestial force and anchor it and magnify it in the medicine that you're working with. So I just wanted to take a little time and kind of talk about this concept of bridging astrology and herbalism together. And I just wanted to let you know that I have a new 3-part video series. If you head over to astrologicalherbalism.com, I've got 3 videos put together, kind of going into a lot more depth on how to bridge astrology and herbalism, how the patterns of the cosmos are reflected within us anatomically, physiologically, as well as how to figure out those relationships to plants. So I just wanted to take a little time to share a little bit about that, and I'm going to be posting some more videos up over the next week or two, kind of sharing a little bit more about plants and planets and how those can be woven together for a really transformative way of understanding and working with herbs. So head over to astrologicalherbalism.com, put your name and email in the box there, and I'll send you some free videos, classes going into some more details on this subject. So thanks so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.